of $302,135.82 be paid. Manual checks in the amount of $295.49. Payroll and liabilities for January 29th in the amount of $360,192.29. That adds up to a total of $662,623.60.
And I would second.
Okay, Councilmember Kyle Larson has made a motion to accept the consideration of claims, and that was seconded by Councilmember Mike Bailey. Do we have any amendments or discussion on the claims?
No, Your Honor.
Nope.
Okay, seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Motion passes. Is there anything additional that the committee needs to review or discuss at this time?
I have nothing, Your Honor.
We have nothing, Your Honor.
Okay, having nothing further, I will adjourn the meeting at 6:46 p.m.
Okay, I will call the February 16th, 2021 City Council meeting to order. Would Councilman Larson lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, and I will lead in the invocation.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our dearest Heavenly Father, please bless us in all that we do here this evening. Please bless that when we make good decisions for the city of Riverton, that we'll be able to lead in all of the things that our constituents need. Please bless all of those that are traveling in this inclement weather, that they will be safe, and will please bless them and that they will get where they're going safely. Please bless all of those members of law enforcement, emergency services, first responders, as they go out in these terrible cold temperatures, that they will be safe and be able to protect us. We ask these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Okay. Would the city clerk please give us a roll call?
Yes, Your Honor. Councilman Carla Borders.
Here.
Councilman Kyle Larson.
Here.
Councilman Corey Rhoda.
Here?
Mayor Pro Tem Mike Bailey.
Here. Okay, we do have a quorum. The chair would entertain a motion to excuse Mayor Guard, Councilwoman Christy Salisbury, and Councilwoman Lindsay Cox from tonight's meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, have a motion by Councilman Larson, a second by Councilwoman Borders. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, motion passes. Would look for an approval of the agenda. Or any corrections anybody has? Do you have a motion for that, please? To approve the agenda?
Approval of the agenda. Make a motion to approve the agenda as written.
Second.
Okay, motion by Councilman Larson, second by Councilwoman Borders to approve the agenda. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes. Okay, communications from the floor. Anyone in the audience wishing to address the council regarding an item that is scheduled for a public hearing will be given an opportunity to speak during that public hearing. Anyone wishing to address the council on any other item may speak now, and I would ask that those individuals wish to address the council at this time approach the podium and identify yourself for the record. Seeing none,
Your Honor, move that we close public.
okay.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay. If the city clerk would please read the consent agenda for us?
Yes, Your Honor. Approval of the minutes, February 2nd, 2021, regular council meeting. Approval of the minutes, February 9th, 2021, council work session. Approval of the minutes, February 16th, 2021, finance committee meeting. Approval of the finance committee recommendations for February 16th, 2021. And approval of the municipal court report for the month of January 2021.
Okay, are there any other items that need to be brought before the council?
Your Honor, the Finance Committee met tonight and approved a consideration of claims to be paid in the amount of $302,135.82, manual checks written for $295.49, payroll and liabilities for February 16th, 2021, in the amount of $360,192.29 for a total of $662,623.60. Excuse me, I do believe that payroll and liabilities is January 29th. I apologize.
Thank you, Corey. The chair will entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, moved by Councilwoman Borders, seconded by Councilman Larson. And I would abstain from the Bailey Enterprises line item of the Finance Committee report. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the consent agenda passes. So the next item will be a public hearing for consideration of liquor license renewals. Could we have the city clerk's report, please?
Yes, Your Honor. Before you tonight for your consideration are the annual liquor license renewals that have been submitted for the licensing term of April 1st, 2021 through March 31st of 2022. Annually, each liquor license holder is required to submit a renewal application to the licensing authority, which is the City of Riverton. This year, we received 30 renewal applications. Of those applications, 22 are retail liquor licenses, 2 are club liquor licenses, 5 are restaurant liquor licenses, and 1 is a bar and grill liquor license. 2 restaurant liquor licensees chose not to submit renewal applications for the upcoming licensing year. The renewal fees have generated $38,500 in revenue to the city this year, in addition to any sales tax revenues that are generated through the operations of these licenses. City staff in the Wyoming Liquor Division have certified the applications as complete. All of the license holders are in good standing and have not had any violations. The proper fees have been paid and proper notice to the public has been advertised. Therefore, based on this information, staff recommends approval of the 30 liquor license renewal applications as presented. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. The chair would entertain a motion to open the public hearing.
So moved.
Moved.
Okay, so we have a motion by Councilwoman Borders and a second by Councilman Rhoda. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, the motion passes. I now declare the public hearing open. The hearing will be conducted in accordance with state statutes and other applicable laws. I would ask those individuals wishing to address the council to approach the podium and identify yourself for the record. Is there anyone in the audience wishing to speak regarding the liquor license renewals? If not, I would look for a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion to close the public hearing from Councilwoman Borders, seconded by Councilman Larson. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the public hearing is now closed. The chair would entertain a motion for approval of the liquor license renewal applications for April 1 through March 31 of 2022.
So moved.
So moved.
All right, so Councilman Larson has the motion, Councilwoman Borders has the second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, that motion passes. All right, the next item on the agenda is the consideration of resolution number 1426, multiple property annexations to the city, Riverton city limits. Community Development Director's report, please.
Your Honor, Wyoming Statute Title 15, Chapter 1, Article 4 regulates annexation of properties by municipalities. In following the requirements detailed in state statute, Resolution 1426 is being presented for your consideration this evening. This is the first step in the annexation process. If adopted, the next step will be to approach the Riverton Planning Commission with an ordinance detailing the annexations. This is not a requirement in state statute, however, staff felt the opportunity for 2 public hearings would provide an additional level of transparency to the process. Following recommendations for approval from the Planning Commission on March 18th, the ordinance would be presented to you at the April 6th regular council meeting for the first of 3 readings. A public hearing would precede both the Planning Commission and first reading by the City Council. If approved on first reading, a second and third reading would occur at the April 20th and May 4th regular council meeting respectively. Certified letters will be provided in accordance with state statute prior to the first reading on April 6th, notifying the landowners of the meeting. In addition, certified letters were also sent to affected landowners prior to this meeting. To date, only one landowner has contacted our department regarding the proposed annexations with no objections being taken. It should be noted, adoption of Resolution 1426 does not represent annexation to the properties listed. It simply signifies the properties listed meet the criteria for annexation. With that, I'd stand for any questions you might have.
Anybody have any questions for Eric?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, then the chair would entertain a motion to approve resolution number 1426.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilwoman Borders and a second by Councilman Larson. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the motion passes. The next item on the agenda is the consideration of the airport lease for Maven. Public Works Director's report, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. As referenced during the February 2nd, 2021 business meeting, the previously occupied wall cabinets of Brunton were vacated. And during that meeting, the City Council leased both of the cabinets to the Fremont County Museum System. However, during your discussion, you mentioned that it would be possible to reduce the space of that lease in the event that a business or another entity expressed interest and formalized their interest in one of those cabinets. Maven Outdoor Company has done so, and we're presenting you a lease for one of the wall cabinets previously occupied by Brenton. Maven has reviewed the terms of the lease and are in agreement with it, and the lease was also digitally distributed, and a phone poll was conducted with the airport board, and they are all in favor of the city council approving this lease agreement with Maven. Because this lease will be used to advertise some of the products for this company, the lease rate will follow our $18 per square foot rate, and the annual revenue generated from this lease is projected to be $684. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. I would entertain a motion to approve the lease with Maven Outdoor Company for terminal space at Central Wyoming Regional Airport.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, motion by Councilman Larson, second by Councilwoman Borders. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion passes. Consideration of airport lease for Fremont County Museum, Amendment Number 2, Public Works Director.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll be very brief. Your action tonight on this is to reduce the amount of space that the Fremont County Museum system has at the airport, and it's reduced so that Maven's lease can occupy the cabinet we just discussed. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. I would entertain a motion to approve the amendment to the Fremont County Museum lease for the terminal space at Central Wyoming Regional Airport.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Borders, second by Councilman Rhoda. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that passes. Item number 13, consideration of a resolution number 1427, 1428, and 1429, Airport Improvement Program Grant Application. Public Works Director.
Thank you, Your Honor. As you know, Central Wyoming Regional Airport operates under a Part 139 certificate with the FAA, and that certificate requires a number of operating improvements and standards. Fortunately, the FAA understands that those standards can be expensive to meet, and they provide grant monies to support the standards that they set out. Through the Airport Improvement Program, the FAA supports many of these improvements at 93.75% cost match. The State of Wyoming Aeronautics Division then covers 3.75, which leaves the city of Riverton to cover the cost of about 2.5% on these projects. It is time, similar to what we do every year, to apply for our airport improvement grants. These grants follow the Wyoming Aviation Capital Improvement Program and have been scheduled for several years and have been planned for in advance, and we've been prioritizing them for some time. AIP 49 addresses the replacement of a 12-foot pivot gate near the FBO building. And just as an aside, this pivot gate got stuck open several times just this weekend and created a security issue. And then it also got stuck closed, which created another issue for the life flight companies trying to access the airfield. So we plan to replace this pivot gate and then enlarge it to a 24-foot gate, which will allow for easier egress and ingress for our snow removal equipment. AIP 50, moving on to the next project, it makes repairs to the SRE hangar. That's the snow removal equipment hangar. That's the orange hangar as you're driving up to the airfield. We store all of our operating equipment in that hangar, and we're running out of space. We'll talk about the space issue on the next project, but that hangar was built a number of years ago to serve aircraft, not heavy equipment. So we're finding that the concrete slab is failing and that the bifold door is also at the end of its expected life. We're not sure when that would fail, but we figure now's the best time to replace that as we're doing the other improvements on the concrete floor and also some drainage improvements. This project follows the AIP breakdown of funding ratio. AIP 51 again comes into the need we have for storage of equipment. There's currently a hangar for sale on the airfield, and it is part of our master plan to acquire this hangar. The grant that's being proposed would allow the city to purchase this hangar and use it for snow removal equipment storage. We won't be able to store all of our equipment there. However, we can store our 1-ton truck, we can store all of our de-ice material, and we can store our smaller tractors there. We are currently working with the FBO, who is the owner of that structure, and they're aware of our intent to purchase. And also in the lease agreement, the city has a right to procure that hangar at a market rate, should it be required for future expansion. In your packet, I included sections of the master plan that was produced in 2003, showing the different options for that area and the need to secure that hangar for future development. Right now, it's for sale, and it's probably the best time to secure that, rather than trying to secure it when there is a tenant in that hangar. As far as budget impacts, the breakdown is in your packet. I won't go through those, but just know that the total cost for the city of Riverton on all of these improvements for the next fiscal year that we will have to budget, should these grants be approved, is just under $17,000. With that, council, I recommend that you approve these resolutions. You will have to do them by independent action, and I'm sure the city clerk would like to read them by title only.
All right. So do you want a motion first and then you read them, or don't need to read them?
I'll read them first, Your Honor.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right, thank you. Proposed resolution number 1427, a resolution of the governing body of the city of Riverton supporting the application of Airport Improvement Program Grant number 3-56-0024-049 from the Federal Aviation Administration and its corresponding grant from the Aeronautics Division of the Wyoming Department of Transportation. Proposed resolution number 1428, a resolution of the governing body of the city of Riverton supporting the application of Airport Improvement Program Grant number 3-56-0024-050 from the Federal Aviation Administration and its corresponding grant from the Aeronautics Division of the Wyoming Department of Transportation. And proposed resolution number 1429, a resolution of the governing body of the city of Riverton supporting the application of an Airport Improvement Program Grant number 3-56-0024-051 from the Federal Aviation Administration and its corresponding grant from the Aeronautics Division of the Wyoming Department of Transportation.
Okay, the chair would entertain a motion to approve resolution number 1427.
So moved.
Second.
Okay,
Second.
motion by Councilwoman Borders, second by Councilman Larson. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion passes. The chair would entertain a motion to approve resolution number 1428.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Larson, second by Councilwoman Borders. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. The chair would entertain a motion to approve resolution number 1429.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Borders, second by Councilman Rhoda. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Okay, item number 14, public hearing in consideration of ordinance 21-001, first reading, use and possession of marijuana. Police Chief report.
Your Honor, thank you very much. So this is a use or possession of marijuana. Currently, citations for use of possession of marijuana are written through, or processed through circuit court. So we are receiving no funds for tickets that are written for this. It all goes through the county at this point. The Riverton Police Department has issued, on average, about 72 marijuana citations per year. And so what I did is I went through the last 5 years and just kind of averaged it out. Adding this ordinance to the Riverton Municipal Code will allow officers to issue use of possession of marijuana citations through municipal court rather than through circuit court. So each ticket could be up to $750, and then after that it could be a jailable offense depending on what the judge wants to do with it. So that's what we're asking for at this time. If you have any questions.
Councilman Larson.
When the officers stop somebody on a probable cause and we're investigating that, how do we determine the amount or that they are or whatever? Just professional ability or what?
Well, that's a really hard question. So every
Been working on it all day.
every situation is completely different, I can tell you that. There's not one set of ways that we determine if there's marijuana or not. A lot of times, officers will just ask, and people are very accommodating and say yes. Sometimes it goes further than that, so that it's not really a one-step question, to be honest with you. Every situation is completely different.
So if that becomes a city ordinance and it's a second offense and we decide to fine and put in jail, who covers the jail cost?
We do. Which we do anyways, even if the county does it, it's still our money that we pay them for incarceration. Either way, we pay it, either way.
Does the city of Lander fix this same way?
I don't know.
That's what I've been told. So it was a mute statement. Do we ever look at quantities or anything like that?
So, yes, so anything under 3 grams is a misdemeanor, so this would be everything that we arrest somebody on under 3 grams. Over 3 grams is a felony, so that automatically goes to the county. So this is anything under 3 grams.
How do we determine that?
It's the amount of marijuana that's on them.
No.
Oh,
You said, you used a word of 3 grams. How do we determine that it's 3 grams and not 2.8 or 1.75?
we weigh it. We have a scale in the back and we weigh every single piece of drug paraphernalia that comes in.
Thank you.
And so, just so you know, we actually weigh the baggie that it comes in and the marijuana, so we can tell exactly how much marijuana they have. So we even deduce the baggie weight from the weight of the marijuana.
Okay, any other questions? All right, the chair would entertain a motion to open the public hearing, or do you want to read first?
Either way, I can read first if you'd
Go
like
ahead
me
and-
to, Your Honor.
City clerk, please read ordinance 21-001.
Proposed ordinance number 21-001, an ordinance amending Title IX, Public Peace, Morals, and Welfare, Chapter 9.08, Offenses Against Public Peace and Decency, to establish Section 9.08.240, Use or Possession of Marijuana of the Riverton Municipal Code, and repealing all ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict therewith, and providing for an effective date.
Thank you. The chair would entertain a motion to open the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion to open the public hearing by Councilman Larson, second by Councilwoman Orders. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, I now declare the public hearing open. The hearing will be conducted in accordance with state statutes and other applicable laws. I would ask those individuals wishing to address the council to approach the podium and identify yourself for the record. Is there anyone in the audience wishing to speak regarding this ordinance?
Seeing none, Your Honor, I move to close public hearing.
Second.
Okay. We have a motion to close the public hearing by Councilman Larson, second by Councilwoman Orders. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. I would now entertain a motion to adopt ordinance number 21-001 on first reading.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, so moved by Councilwoman Borders, seconded by Councilman Larson. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Item number 15 on the agenda, consideration of resolution 1430, Wyoming Water Development Commission Level 1 application. Public Works Director.
Thank you, Your Honor. Water development projects supported by the Wyoming Water Development Commission, I'll hereafter refer to them as WWDC, are defined in 3 different levels. Project planning is performed in levels 1 and 2, and project construction is performed in level 3. Level 1 studies really perform a lot of the reconnaissance work, while level 2 studies determine specific project feasibility. Levels 1 and 2 are 100% funded, and applications for level 1 and level 2 studies are coming up on March 1st. The City of Riverton is in need of updating its water master plan. James Gordon Associates prepared the current master plan that we operate under in 1998. Many of the recommendations associated with that plan have been put in place, and those that have been not put in place require further analysis or amendment. Furthermore, the City of Riverton has changed a little bit since 1998, and so has the water system. So it's time to update it. And I think before the city takes on any project of significance, it's important to have that master plan in place. Also, future funding opportunities by WWDC hinge oftentimes on whether or not you have a master plan in place. Level 1 applications require a $1,000 filing fee, and if it is denied, 75% of that filing fee is returned to the city. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, the chair would entertain a motion to approve resolution number 14.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, motion by Councilwoman Borders, second by Councilman Larson. All in favor?
Aye.
Or any discussion? Councilman Larson.
We're handing out do we define what we're gonna study, or what are our objectives? What are those?
Your Honor, Councilman, the master plan looks at several aspects of our system. It's very holistic in the sense that it looks at our treatment process, it looks at our distribution system, it looks at our pressure zones, it looks at future development needs for the system. So if we see an area of growth, what would be required to provide water to that area of town. It explores deficiencies or inefficiencies in the system. So it's a very comprehensive look at the current efficiency of your water system, and it proposes upgrades for the next 10 to 25 years for that system.
Are we looking at increasing any of our wells, or putting higher storage rates on Pilot Butte, or any uphill storage?
Your Honor, Councilman, that will definitely, those questions would definitely be addressed by the study. For example, in our previous study, the need for storage and wells were addressed. That was a big reason why we have the 2 million gallon tank on Airport Hill and well 17 on that hill. So it will explore and make sure that we address those questions during the study.
Thank you.
So basically, we're applying for a grant to do a water master plan.
That's exactly it.
Okay. Any other questions?
No, sir.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Motion passes. Number 16, consideration of resolution number 1431, fiscal year 2021 and 2022 council goals. City Administrator's report, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, Council prepares and adopts the annual goals for the city each year. These goals are used to not only guide the budgeting process, which is why we do them prior to the budgeting process as we are doing now. They also provide us guidance throughout the year in looking at those areas where we'd want to provide a little bit more effort in different times. The goals that are proposed this year were discussed on 2/9/21, so last Tuesday, and at the work session. Those goals are presented to you tonight in their larger form. One of the things that is important to note to the general public and to council as a whole is that these goals, while they are general topics, we are able to amend those throughout the year. Usually that takes the form of specific items or sub-goals under those. So if we talked about economic development and there's a particular economic development project, those could be amended to focus on that. Though that is usually done relatively formally where council directs staff. However, that opportunity is throughout the year. As we are currently using the fiscal year 21 goals, if council currently wish to say for the rest of the year to concentrate on a particular item, that could be amended as well. The goals before you today, sorry, let me make sure I get to them all properly, are one, promote positive aspects of Riverton, promote communication and transparency, enhance city image and beautification, maintain and improve its city infrastructure, upgrade technological resources to improve service delivery, promote economic development, and to maintain financial stability. Your Honor, we recommend the goals be adopted as presented, and we would be happy to answer any questions. Thank you.
The chair would entertain a motion to approve Resolution 1431.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, motion by Councilwoman Borders, second by Councilman Larson. Any other questions by anybody? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Number 17 is approval of personnel policy revisions. City Clerk's report.
Thank you, Your Honor. At the council work session last week that was held on February 9th, staff presented 8 proposed changes to the personnel manual that affects the 4 sections of the manual. These proposed changes were discussed at length during the work session, and no additional changes are being proposed at this time. I will not go into detail of the proposed changes again. However, I'm happy to answer any questions that may have risen since the last week's work session. At this time, staff is recommending adoption of the revised City of Riverton personnel policies and procedures with an effective date of July 1st, 2021. Thank you.
The chair will entertain a motion to approve personnel policy revisions as presented with an effective date of July 1 of 2021.
So moved.
So moved.
Okay. Motion by Councilman Rhoda, second by Councilman Larson. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion passes. Okay. We are to number 18, which is council committee reports and council member roundtable. Councilman Rhoda, we'll let you go first since you're remote.
Thank you, Your Honor. I don't have a whole lot to report. I just want to remind everybody that this Saturday is the Rendezvous Games at City Park. That will start at 1 o'clock. I think we have 8 or 9 teams possibly lined up for that. But it'll be starting a little bit later. It's supposed to be pretty nice this weekend, so I'm just looking forward to seeing everybody out there. That is all I have. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Councilwoman Borders.
Your Honor, just to add to what Corey had mentioned about the Rendezvous Games, there will be a balloon lantern lighting. I believe it's at 5:30. We have 100 lanterns, and first come, first served. So I hope to see everybody out and grab a lantern, and it should be a lot of fun. I also met with the Recreation Board. Corey and I did, and we're just going over applications. If anyone's interested in applying, you can get that information from the city. You just fill out your application, and then on beautification projects, I should specify, or any other sort of project that you might have coming up. Other than that, that's all I've got.
Okay, thank you. Councilman Larson.
The the garbage committee didn't meet on Monday. They're gonna meet on Wednesday because Monday was a holiday. And I'm interested to find out whether Shoshone bit the dust or not. And if they're truly going to spend $800,000 to put it to bed. Secondly, there is no place in Riverton or in Fremont County get certified water analysis. Closest place is Casper. So that was disappointing to find out. But lastly, airport meeting is on this Friday. And from all I can read or feel about, we're going up. Going up in attendance, going up in, well, it's a real true gem. And airports, this airport was built that some point in time we would lease all the ground around the airport, and that revenue would flow into the city, and that would pay for the airport. That was the general idea. Well, there was a bump on the road somewhere in between that. And so it hasn't been that way, but it nevertheless, anybody that doesn't fly out of Riverton just is a masochist, because it's just so much nicer to fly out and drive home in 15 minutes and be in your own bed that night instead of sleeping in Casper and getting up at the crack of dawn to get back to work. That's all I have, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you. City Administrator's report.
Thank you, Your Honor. Between the airport meeting, the mention of the Rendezvous Games, which is happening this weekend, and I only have to add that we are having an Edge Committee meeting this Thursday, that we are accepting applications for the Edge Committee first round of funding. We're happy to report that we've locked down a lot of those answers that we've been looking for in terms of where the lines are and what we can and cannot do. The group will be reviewing some of the analysis tools that we're going to use. So when a project is proposed, how is that going to be analyzed? When we'll also be hearing grant writer presentations on potential grant writer ideas. That isn't proposed at this time, but is more information gathering. Your Honor, I have nothing else to add at this point. Thank you.
Okay. Kyle?
I was wondering if we had any update on our hospital. I had heard that instead of 20% down because of the enthusiastical fundraising, they had dropped down to 10% of the total cost.
Your Honor, Councilman, that is our understanding. I believe they posted that on their Facebook or social media site, that they have been reduced to 10% as opposed to 20% for a USDA match. So that has been begun public. I know that they are continuing their fundraising efforts and that they have been relatively successful to date. But I'm not sure at this point where their line is compared to what their need is.
Thank you.
All right. Again, I did not have any meetings because we met prior to the last city council meeting, but I did attend today a meeting of the group that is working on the Boys and Girls Club for Riverton. And so they are going to have a fundraising breakfast April 27th. And they've got a speaker coming in, and they will be honoring Mary Margaret Stockton, who most of us all know and has been very, very active in the community for many, many years and has done a lot of good, charity work and fundraising and all kinds of great stuff. So they're going to have a fundraising breakfast to help fund the Boys and Girls Club, which they are hoping to have up and operating when school starts in August. So that's a great project coming to our city, and I hope everybody gets out and supports that. It I think is really going to help. We have a lot of kids that don't have any place to go after school until their parents get home and things like that. And they do all kinds of different activities and teach the kids additional stuff that they don't learn maybe in school. So I think that's a great thing for our community, and Riverton, again, has always been very generous in fundraising for these kind of activities, and I hope we continue to do that. Again, I feel very proud to live in this community because They never cease to amaze us, supporting different areas of our community that need help. And whether that's somebody that's got cancer or somebody having major medical problems or fundraising to, build the dog park or, just any kind of activity like that, just gets huge support from the public. And I think we all should be proud of that and how good this community steps up to, help take care of the things that need to be done. And so that's all I have for this evening. So do we have an executive session this evening?
No, Your Honor, we do not.
Oh, darn.
We,
Unless anybody has anything else, I would call the meeting adjourned at 7:42.